Hey guys, so I wanted to jump on camera here because I wanted to start a new series on my YouTube channel called Take One, Take Two. And the premise is that Take One is basically first impressions of new products. So that could include the unboxing of the products, my first impression on kind of scent, texture, formulation, about the brand. And then Take Two is probably sometime, maybe a month or two after my first impressions, where I really spent some more time trying out the products and seeing how they work with or against my skin, and basically give you guys an updated look at the products that I did in Take One. So today we're doing Take One on the brand cocokind, and specifically there are two products, the MyMatcha All Over Moisture Stick and their Turmeric Spot Treatment. So I got both of these because I think a week or two back they were having their friends and family sale for I think 20% off, and I had seen this brand kind of all over Instagram and YouTube, and specifically Alexa Blake on YouTube, whom I follow. She did this IG story where she layered the turmeric stick underneath the chlorophyll mask, and it kind of blew my mind, this idea of layering masks, just because I'd never done it, and it looked awesome. So I immediately knew that I had to try it, and once I saw that they had their friends and family sale, I was like, well, that's a done deal. So I ordered both of these plus a trial size of the chlorophyll mask, but for this review I'm just going to review these two products. So a little about the brand first. As I said, I found them kind of all over Instagram and YouTube, and I think what struck me most about the brand was that they are clean, for one, and two, affordable. So as we all know, with clean products, it usually comes at a higher price tag, and that's again due to kind of formulation, the sourcing and purity of the ingredients, and definitely certifications like Leaping Bunny certified, so that they're definitely 100% cruelty free. Anything that certified organics for their ingredients, things like that. So because of all that, clean beauty does come at a higher price, and it's not always accessible to everyone. And definitely myself, having gone through a bit of kind of a budget change in terms of how much I'm earning and how much I would like to spend on my skincare, I thought it was definitely high time for me to try a more affordable clean beauty brand. So the fact that cocokind kind of came up was great, because I was super interested in their products because their ingredients are so limited, which I always find as kind of a nice extra thing, because if formulations do have a lot of ingredients, usually that does kind of weave a lot of preservatives into the formulation too, and that sometimes can react poorly with my super sensitive skin. So the fact that, you know, these sticks only have less than 5 ingredients. The MyMatcha stick is just virgin coconut oil, organic beeswax, and organic matcha tea powder, like 3 ingredients. And this full stick retails for $9, which is also amazing. Plus it lasts 12 months once you open it. So a whole year, and you've only spent $9 to basically moisturize. That's a really, really great price point. And the Turmeric Spot Treatment has 5 ingredients. It's sunflower seed oil, and then beeswax, turmeric root powder, ginger root powder, and tea tree oil. So, and all of those are organic. So that's really great for, again, $9 for this stick, and it also lasts 12 months. So as you can see maybe on camera that I am fighting a few spots. I have a few spots on my chin, and then kind of this smaller one on my cheek, and a little tiny one that's kind of happening on my forehead. And so I thought this package really came at a great time, because I could test out the turmeric stick, and also my skin is usually always on the dry side, so I'm always looking for something that's moisturizing and nourishing, and so I would definitely use the MyMatcha stick probably daily. I don't have a lot of makeup on today. I don't have any foundation or concealer on, and I'm also not wearing sunscreen today because it is quite overcast today and I'm not going outside, so I'm just gonna stay away from windows for the most part. And I'm wearing very little makeup, so I only have on a bit of blush and eyeshadow and my brows done and a bit of lip color. So trying to let my skin breathe a bit while I have these overcast days. So today I'm just gonna basically have my normal day. I'm gonna work for the most part, then exercise towards the end of the day, and then early evening I'll take my makeup off, try out these two products, and then take a shower and kind of have the rest of my night. So I'll check in later with the demo and we'll see how it goes. Hey guys, so it's 5 p.m. right now. It's the end of the day. I just finished a workout, but I thought I'd come on camera to kind of just wash my face and try these two new products. Alright, so now that you've seen the demo, I just wanted to kind of update what happened. So what you missed behind the scenes was that after I cleansed my face with my normal oil cleanser, my hands were definitely more moisturized and maybe a little bit oily, and so I had a really tough time actually opening both of these. I did wash my hands just to kind of get the extra oil off, and still went in trying to open this Turmeric Spot Treatment, and I still had a lot of difficulty. So I think what it was is that the label itself is pretty slick, and the fact that it comes up halfway to the cap gives not as much room for me to grip and kind of twist off. On the label here, it has a small part here where it says twist off with an arrow pointing to the right, so naturally I kind of did this. But it was definitely very sealed and it was tough to get off. And you can even see here, I kind of had to peel this label back to get a bit more grip to open it. But once I did, it popped right off and it's been fine since. I had better luck with the MyMatcha one, as you can see, because I didn't have to peel the label back or anything. So just a small note on opening this package. If you're weak like me and have no upper body strength, you probably want to make sure that you haven't moisturized your hands at all. And then a note about scent. So I am pretty sensitive to anything that's overly fragranced. It's not that I don't like it, I'm just very aware of it. And I guess if I were to choose, I would rather something fragrance-free or something that's much lighter in scent. And that's something that cocokind does really well. Because there are so few ingredients in here, it's not fragranced at all, and so there's nothing really coming through like a huge impact in terms of scent. And with both of these, you don't get any sort of kind of like herbal medicine smell or anything, so if you're sensitive to that, don't worry about it. And there's nothing super floral or sweet about them either. With the Turmeric Spot Treatment, it's very, very faint. You only smell kind of the mix of the turmeric and ginger with a bit of the tea tree, but it's definitely nothing overpowering, nothing super strong. You really kind of have to look for it to smell it. And then for the MyMatcha stick, this one actually has a stronger impact. It's like slightly mixed with the matcha powder, but it's definitely a sweeter smell because of the virgin coconut oil. But yeah, so both of those are very pleasant in the scent category. And texture-wise, they're both really good as well. They're not super emollient where you feel like they'll melt in the heat immediately, but they're definitely not too stiff a formula to spread around on the face. So they're kind of like the perfect balance. With the MyMatcha All Over Moisture, the first impression is that I love this product. I had a few dry patches on my cheeks that I tried it out on, as well as my under eyes, and the next morning when I woke up, it was the softest, smoothest skin I have felt in a while. And usually I don't go in with any specific eye oil or eye treatment, and lately my skin had been a bit more dry, so I put a bit of this on my under eyes and they were so plump, so smooth. It was incredible. One thing to note is that because the texture isn't super emollient, I find that if you do want to apply it under the eyes, to not go straight in with the stick because it does drag a bit. So I would advise maybe to kind of like swirl your finger in there to heat it up and then pat it onto your under eyes, or maybe heat it up until you feel like there is more of a slip and then kind of put it on with straight from the stick. Recapping the Turmeric Spot Treatment. Immediately after I had applied it, I didn't see any big impact in terms of reducing redness or reducing kind of like the puffiness around the acne spot. So because it is virgin coconut oil and beeswax, it's naturally water repellent, and so even after applying it for like 10 minutes and then hopping in the shower, during the shower it's not like it washed off or anything, and it stayed on pretty well. So once I got out of the shower, I just followed their directions to remove with a damp cotton pad, and it removed really easily. Like I just used a bit of warm water on my reusable cotton pad and kind of like gently swirled instead of like really harshly like swiping or buffing it off, and it just came right off. And I didn't find that it stained yellow or orange afterwards, so that's really good. It didn't seem to bother or irritate my skin. Usually if something doesn't sit well with my skin, I will kind of immediately get red from it or have like little bumps pop up. So nothing like that. Generally, whenever I'm testing anything skincare, I like to try it first at nighttime, just in case my skin does kind of react to it. It gives that whole kind of overnight time to let it heal and kind of get back to normal again. And with the spot treatment, I was pleasantly surprised because in the morning, it was definitely like very noticeably less red. Usually as my spots are healing, it kind of like reduces in the area that's red. So it'll go from like a large circle to kind of like smaller as it heals. But this one, I had a lot of redness the previous day, and this one died down so much. So I am very impressed with it. And I did a little more research on Cocokind's site, and it seems like the longer you use it and kind of the more diligent you are with it, the better results you'll see. I definitely want to try it for hyperpigmentation too, because I have a lot of acne scarring and just in general hyperpigmentation from back in the day when I wasn't super good about applying sunscreen. So I'll keep you guys posted, and that will probably come during take 2 when I talk more about it and after I've kind of had a few weeks to see if there are any dramatic results with these products. So far, in take 1 of cocokind, super impressed by the products. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of mini first impressions review, the first part of this new series. And If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe if you aren't a subscriber already. Stay tuned for my take 2 of cocokind too. Thanks, bye.